Ever notice how tricky heartburn can be, especially when it affects your day-to-day? There's this whole natural remedy toolkit out there for, GERD relief.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen that a lot of folks suffer from acid reflux, right? It even affects like 20% of people worldwide.
Exactly. So when you dig into it, GERD happens because the lower esophageal sphincter weakens and lets stomach acid creep up. The common triggers: poor diet, obesity, hiatal hernia, chronic stress, and interestingly, even when you eat just before bed.
Wow. Eating within 3 hours of bedtime can boost reflux episodes by 72%, huh? That's a huge number.
Yeah, it's pretty eye-opening. Now, when you look at natural remedies, one of the top picks is aloe vera juice. It's like this soothing anti-inflammatory that heals esophageal irritation and balances stomach pH.
Right.
There's a study showing a 50% symptom reduction after using it for about 4 weeks.
So, what's the recommended dose of aloe juice again?
It's recommended to take 1 oz of pure aloe juice before meals. Pretty simple, right?
Simple and effective. But isn't ginger also on the list of remedies?
Absolutely. Ginger stands out as nature's digestive aid. Its natural compounds help speed up gastric emptying and block excess acid.
Yeah.
Just a cup of fresh ginger tea about 30 minutes before a meal should do the trick.
Just a caution though, right? Too much ginger might, ironically cause heartburn.
True, moderation is key. Then we have this interesting fix: apple cider vinegar. It's a bit counterintuitive because, well, vinegar is acidic, yet it helps restore the body's optimal acidity when you're dealing with low stomach acid, which can mimic GERD symptoms.
That is kind of ironic, isn't it? Using acidity to balance acidity. I like that paradox.
Totally. For apple cider vinegar, just mix 1 TSP in 8 oz of water before heavy meals. It's simple, but very effective.
And then there are those raw almonds you mentioned, right?
Yep. Raw almonds act like little acid neutralizers. They're packed with calcium and magnesium, which help bind the stomach acid. In fact, research suggests chewing 4 almonds post-meal can reduce heartburn by around 68%.
Absolutely.
Pretty amazing, right?
It almost sounds too good to be true. But I wonder, does the texture or the way you chew them matter?
That's a good point. Chewing properly really helps. They need to be broken down to interact efficiently with the acid, I suppose.
And let's not forget the nighttime remedy combo: chamomile and fennel tea.
Exactly. This duo works as a nighttime rescue. Chamomile soothes inflammation while fennel improves gut motility. Having a cup an hour before bed can really reduce those reflux troubles.
So, is it safe to say mixing these natural remedies could offer like a holistic approach to managing GERD?
Definitely. Instead of just masking symptoms with PPIs, these natural methods, alongside lifestyle tweaks, actually target the underlying causes.
Yeah. Speaking of lifestyle, there's a list of foods that worsen GERD, right?
Right you are. Avoiding certain foods like coffee, chocolate, tomatoes, carbonated drinks, and even peppermint can make a big difference.
It's interesting. Something like coffee is such a staple for many, yet it can really exacerbate reflux symptoms.
True, and that's why having a free GERD diet guide can be super useful. It outlines not just all these remedies, but also helps you navigate what to eat and what to avoid.
Yeah, so tell me, how soon can someone expect results from these remedies?
For acute relief, many people start feeling better in about 24 to 48 hours. But for chronic issues, it might require consistent use over 3 to 4 weeks to see lasting results.
And what about using these in place of traditional medications like PPIs?
Well, for mild cases, they can be used in place of PPIs, but it's crucial to consult with a doctor before stopping any prescribed medication. We wouldn't want someone to inadvertently worsen their condition.
I do wonder about the safety aspects. Like for pregnant women, can they use these natural remedies?
Generally, ginger and chamomile are considered safe. However, it's always advised to, consult with an OB/GYN beforehand because each case is unique.
There's a lot of balance involved here, It's like, while PPIs just mask pain, these remedies are more about restoring balance.
Exactly. It's a more holistic approach. Combining 2 or 3 of these methods, along with lifestyle tweaks like adjusting meal times and avoiding those trigger foods, offers a
Right.
well-rounded management plan.
In terms of practicality, it's like approaching a problem from multiple angles instead of just slapping on a band-aid.
Yes, that's a perfect analogy. And this whole approach not only addresses symptoms faster, but also works towards long-term health
Yeah.
improvements.
However, I do have a slight challenge with the idea that all of these remedies are universally effective. Isn't there a risk that what works for one might not work for another?
That's a valid critique. Individual responses can vary, and that's why it's important to combine methods and approach treatment holistically. It really depends on the underlying factors specific to each person's condition.
It's definitely not one size fits all. But overall, it sounds like a promising natural strategy for many dealing with GERD.
Absolutely. From aloe vera juice to ginger tea and even raw almonds, these options offer a science-backed pathway for fast relief, while also aiming at long-term gut health. Plus, when paired with lifestyle changes, they could make a real difference.
Right. All in all, it's a compelling blend of natural remedies and practical adjustments. An integrated plan that could genuinely help those battling heartburn day in and day out.